You're listening to Mark of the Maker. And this is episode 19. Hey everybody, you're listening to Mark of the Maker, and I'm Mark Steiner, and this is episode 19, and we're going to have a conversation about some cool stuff here in a minute or two. Let's make sure we got everybody with us. Michael Birch, are you here?
I'm here.
Sean Kendrick, are you with us?
Hey.
And Mr. Tom Crine, are you here, man?
Yes, sir. All
right. Well, we had some stuff happen this week, so I'm going to dish it off to Mr. Crine, and he's going to say some words for us.
Yeah, the knife making community lost a friend this last week on Friday, October 12th, 2018. A.G. Russell passed away. From what I've heard, it was during a routine medical procedure, and he went peacefully, so that's good. But he will be greatly missed. He was a huge influence on the knife making community that we know today. It's probably because of him that we have the ability to do what we do in the community that we have. I had an opportunity to work for him for several years, and it was a pretty formative time. Really good guy, and he's going to be missed.
Well said, Tom.
Well said. Rest in peace, sir.
Well said. Well, Michael, you want to explain to our listeners, we took kind of a break here, right? We had a little bit of
hiatus.
Hiatus, there you go. Since our last episode, so we sent a little mini-sode out your way. We're very interested in your feedback about those. So if you like the mini-sodes, let us know. If you think they're not worth doing or lame and you'd rather just have a gap, that's cool too. Let us know what you think. We enjoy them because it lets us talk about stuff on a little bit of a shorter time schedule. But since we're here in episode 19, we got a kind of a fun thing teed up to talk about. So, Michael, you want to explain to folks what exactly we're going to go through tonight?
Yeah, we just wanted to pick some knives, sort of like if we were on a budget. We talk a lot about custom knives, and those can get very expensive. And we're kind of in this age of a ton of very nice production knives, and lower price custom knives. So we just kind of want to have fun with it. And we picked, 3 different price points, and all had to pick a couple of knives to fit that category. So we got our $25, $100, and $300 price points to hit.
Now, how strictly exactly are we sticking to those numbers?
Well, I did it very strictly. I looked for sales. I heard on the grapevine, aka about 5 minutes before we started recording, that some people cheated. So
whoa.
We're going to put asterisks on theirs.
Not a cheater.
Some people took financial liberty.
Like you needed to fill anybody in on who it was.
Too funny. Whoa, there you go.
Should have got some coupons.
Someone's opening a beverage. Now we're talking.
I should have got a beverage here.
It's just root beer, said Tom.
But it's IBC, so.
Yeah. Oh, IBC nice. Is bomb.
Yeah, drinking hound hog.
Yeah. Fancy man.
Fancy.
All right. So like Michael said, we're going to go through these price point kind of knives, knives on a budget sort of thing. So we decided to start pretty low. And at first I thought this was going to be really hard, and it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. So the first price point is $25. So if you had $25 to spend on a knife, Tom, what would you buy?
Man, I don't know about you, Mark. I thought it was pretty hard.
Get out of here.
I mean, for me, yeah, I knew what I was going to get, but there's so many. I don't know. It's pretty crazy if you start looking around. Even under $25, there's a lot of good choices.
Okay.
It's never been better, in my opinion. I mean, you can get a knife with a D2 blade for under $25.
Is it Peter?
And what better is there than a knife with D2?
Well, that's my point. For my first pick, though, I went with the Mora 106. it's a lot of knife for $25. And what's crazy is I've got a drawer full of these. I used to buy them and just stick them in there. They're a great carving knife to give away, great bushcraft knife, sit around the fire, cut shavings. They used to be $15 and they were a steal at that price. But, I've got one right here. It's a laminated blade. I mean, it's a high carbon laminated blade, super comfortable handle. The sheath is adequate. It's for sure safe, but the knife alone is worth the money. So the sheath is just a little extra. But I don't think you can go wrong with that choice.
Which model is that? Is it
It's the 106. It's called the Whittler. It's got the 3-inch narrow blade, and it's got the it doesn't have a dyed handle, so it has a natural colored wood handle and laminated blade. It's a fantastic knife. I've had so many of them. They carve super nice. If you're looking for an inexpensive bushcraft knife, I think it's about as good as you can get.
So it's kind of billed as a carving knife, right, Tom? But you're saying it's really
for sure
a lot more. I
wouldn't hesitate to field dress a deer with this knife. Wow. It's got more tip than I'd like, but it's going to definitely get the job done. If I had $25 to get a camping knife, all-purpose knife, this is what I'd have. I'd probably drop a little money in a sheath or make one, something nice. But the knife, man, it's a great knife.
I think you talked about these Mora knives before, right, in a previous episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was a hater at one time, and then I bought some because I was like, what's up with this Scandi grind? It seems stupid.
Why were you a hater? But, the grind?
The Scandi grind.
Huh.
And I was a hater because I'd never tried one. So I spent my $8 and tried one, and I was like, wow, nothing cuts wood better than this. I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive because it looks like the geometry would be horrible on a Scandi grind. But in all honesty, if you sharpen a knife, it's like 30 degrees included angle, and a Scandi is actually 25. So it's a much more acute angle, and it has a lot of meat behind the blade, and that Scandi grind actually gives you a lot of control. Even if you sharpen a real thin carving knife, flat ground, to the same angle, you won't have the same control. It's crazy, but it works.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. They're good knives. And the Scandi grind, I think, is has great geometry, like you're saying, for a lot of different stuff. And I think for people that like the bug out bags and all that stuff, those are cheap enough to toss in and keep around.
Well, and if you don't know how to sharpen a knife, it's got a built-in sharpening angle. I mean, you just lay it flat. It's a great knife.
Well, you can even fudge it a little and put a secondary bevel on it if you absolutely have to, and it's still functional. You ain't ruined it.
I highly recommend against that.
Well, I do too, but I'm just saying, this ain't a perfect world we're living in.
Yeah.
There'd probably be a good episode just on sharpening, talking about, because I think some people don't understand that you're supposed to use that whole bevel as, to glide across there, not just.
Well, even on my custom knives, I've got a little bit of feedback early on because I only grind my Scandi grinds to a 125 and then polish them. And it's like, yeah, sure, I could take them to 400, but the first time you sharpen it, I mean, what's the point of putting all the time and effort and having to charge more for it versus, just doing it right on a 120 grit. So,
yeah.
Well, dude, 120 is going to leave you with a nasty, aggressive cutting edge, too. I like it. I'm down with your 120 grit Scandi edge.
Well, I polish it, so it's not as crazy as it seems. But, yeah, I love it, dude. They perform amazingly. And, yeah, I would highly recommend this. That's my choice.
So, Tom, you said they're laminated. What are the steels in the lamination?
So I couldn't find that. I looked a little bit. I'm going to guess it's something like 1095, something simple.
Okay. Yeah.
And then just a softer steel. And that gives it strength, and it also makes it easier to sharpen because the outer two layers are going to be softer, so they're not going to be as hard. So you've only got that inner core that you have to work at to sharpen because it's harder.
Yeah, there you go.
But I mean, basically a sand my blade and under $25, get out of here.
Yeah.
This is a knife that I know I've seen at the hardware store before, right? I mean, this is like a very common tool kind of knife. That's
unless you got a cool hardware store.
No?
Oh, we used to.
I have not seen any Moras. I mean, I personally haven't, but yeah, maybe your hardware store's cooler than mine.
But
it's awesome.
I think theirs was on the point of not aesthetics like we like Sandmine now, more of a money saving type of lamination. You're cheaper on the outside.
Think it's for saving money?
I think so.
At one point in time it was, because hardenable steel costs more than a milder steel.
Yeah, but not now. I mean, they make solid core steels. This is more expensive if you buy one of these versus a regular Mora, almost twice as much.
Interesting.
But yeah, I can see, they iron, steel would be more expensive than iron back in the day, but now I think they do it for performance, I think, honestly.
Could be.
Maybe a little nod to tradition also.
Yeah.
Could be.
There you go. Well, very cool. I'm almost sure maybe I've just seen knives shaped like this that have that barrel kind of handle. Maybe they're not Moras. Maybe there's something else, but that's where I've seen them at the hardware.
Maybe you're looking at the Rapala fishing knives, the old school kind of finish looking handles. Same look.
Maybe.
I know I've seen them where they're stubby like that, where the handle's big and there's a pointy little blade. But yeah, interesting.
They're great knives.
All right. Well, Michael Birch, what's your $25 pick?
Well, I wanted to go with the Super Tinker, but I didn't want to be a cheater, so I went
a dirty, filthy cheater.
Yeah, because I think you can get those for around 32 or something like that, 35. But so I went with
budget blown.
Yeah, so I went with the Victorinox Climber, the Climber 2, I think. And it has the stuff that's important to me. It's got the little scissors, and it's got the badass tweezers, a good bottle opener, good blade, and it's those scissors and the tweezers are the most important to me. If you're a parent and, Christmas, birthdays, stuff like that, I've always got that thing on me. It opens packages, it cuts through the zip tie crap and all that stuff. You don't have to break the tip of your expensive knife prying and doing weird shit with it. And as far as like getting splinters out, man, the tweezers on those things are the best ever. I'll get little pieces of metal and shit shoved in my fingers all the time, and I love the tweezers on those things. So that is my in budget $24.99 on Amazon.
1 penny chain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great choice. It's funny you mentioned breaking blades. Growing up, my dad always carried a Buck Stockman, and literally one of the blades was always broke off. At least one.
That was one of the. No, I was gonna say that's one of the things I did as a kid was go to flea markets and find slip joints, and all of them had at least one blade that was broken off that I can afford. Probably doing the same shit.
Well, I got my dad a Pioneer, one of the Alox Pioneers, and it was crazy how much he loved that knife because it had the screwdrivers to pry with and all that stuff like you're talking about, and he would wear those things out.
Yeah, they're workhorses.
The Pioneer is a pretty cool model.
It's one of my favorites, but it's not in the budget for sure.
Hell no, but there's a lot that are real close.
So the Climber is a bottle opener, screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, can opener, scratch all. It's got a bunch of stuff going on, right?
A lot of kind of random sort of thing. I'm not sure how they came with the Climber. It's a name for that one. It just kind of has a little bit of everything.
The website I'm looking at talks about the hook, and it says in parentheses, parcel carrier.
What?
Yeah, right. That's what that hook's for. It's for packages tied with twine. You hook that and you've got a handle.
Yeah, but ain't it rated to hold like 200 pounds?
I always thought it was a knot.
Carry that much.
I always used it to dig into little knots and try to get paracord shit out. I never realized it was for carrying twine.
Interesting.
Huh.
It says multi-purpose hook, parentheses, parcel carrier.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to start carrying my shit around with a hook.
Yeah, man.
Be all fancy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go next, and my $25 knife. I don't think I'm a cheater. I think you can get it for this. Is the Victorinox Fibrox 7.5-inch chef's knife.
Oh,
which is sort of out of the box thing. It's not an EDC thing. We didn't have an EDC rule, just to be completely clear.
No,
correct. Yeah, no, it's
but for $25 for a kitchen knife, that thing is badass.
So Cooks Illustrated rated it the number 1 when they did their test.
Hello, yes, it's a great knife.
Great knife.
$25. Tom, is that a AEBL knife as well?
You know, I don't know. I know the paring knives are.
Yeah.
I don't know on the chef knife, but they're great knives.
We have a bunch of different sizes of those, and they sharpen super easy, and they just work great.
Staples has it for $22, so
there you go. My original list was 2.5 paring knives with sheaths from Tom. That was my first $25 choice. Then I thought, no, 2.5 paring knives. That's a lame choice.
Yeah, how are you going to hold on to the blade?
Hell no, man. I just bought 20 of those from our local cutlery store to give out at Christmas.
They're great.
They are, seriously. Gift that keeps on giving.
Great choice, Mark.
Yeah, it's something different, I guess.
Yeah, I dig.
So, Sean, where are you at on $25?
All right. So my $25 pick is actually a $29 pick. But, man, it's a lot of knife for $29. Yeah, bellyache. I'm just the one who's willing to do it. I'm willing to be the bad guy.
All right. So, Sean, you got us hanging on the edge of the cliff, man. What's the pick?
All right. So my $29 pick is the Gerber Big Rock. And what you get there for your $29 is you get a Bill Harsey design in 440A. It's a 4.5-inch bladed hunting/utility knife. And man, it's a damn good looking knife, and it's a Harsey design, so you know it'll be a worker.
That's a good pick right there.
It's good.
Man, I was surprised. I was really surprised. I was like, that is a hell of a lot of knife for under $30. So I was willing to bend the rules to get that out there to our listening audience.
And that's old school.
You mean cheat? Yeah. Oh.
Hey, man, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Good looking knife.
It is a good looking knife.
Yeah.
Nice choice.
So it's a phenolic handle, like a plastic handle or something?
I think it's like a FRN handle.
Yeah, fiber filled or something.
Yeah.
That man knows how to design.
Yes, he does, man. I mean, that is a sleek looking knife, and the ergos are all there. The blade shape's super great. I mean, it's just a solidly designed knife.
I've never held one of those, but that handle definitely looks like it would work in your hand.
Yeah. What, oddly enough, Amazon gives me the Mora. It knows. It's listening to podcasts right now.
Right.
That's crazy. Amazon knows
freaky.
What's good.
What was the funky Gerber back in the day that had the big hole in the middle?
Parabellum.
That was what, what I'm talking about?
No, you're talking the one with the hole?
Yeah, the big hole.
Oh.
It rotated around the whole thing. I'm pretty sure it was
Parabellum was cool. It was kind of freaky too, but
I thought it was an Applebee, not Applebee. Shit.
Applegate?
Not Applegate.
It's the Gerber Remix.
I always thought that was a really cool thing back in the day when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did too. Now when I look at it, it seems like, how's that not got a break? But yeah, they're really cool looking.
Interesting. They call that a tack hide over mold. So like a fiber filled or fiberglass filled nylon kind of thing.
It's a plastic handle.
Yeah.
Seriously, let's call a spade a spade. It's a fucking plastic handle.
It's fun, Sean.
It says, in the description, it says baton through a pile of wood. That's inviting YouTube jackassery to happen.
For sure.
Like right in the description. Oh boy. So you feel no remorse, basically. Is that what you're saying, Sean, for your violation of the rules? Is that where we're at?
Neither remorse nor regret. I'm grinning right now while we're talking about it. So yeah.
You got a cool knife, so that's he's happy.
I got away with it, motherfucker. That's what Sean says.
That's the sweetest part, the getting away with of the crime.
Yeah. Well done. All right. So when we did these, we picked, we made a main pick, and then we picked some backups. So the backup I picked was the CRKT Burnley Squid.
Oh, nice choice.
Quite.
And friend of the show, Luke Burnley, cool little knife. I had a custom one briefly, and very nice piece. So I've handled a couple of the CRKT versions. I thought they were pretty cool, especially for $25, right? It's a very clean design.
I've got several of them. Great knives.
Several?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Damn.
They're pretty cheap, man.
Cheaper when you buy in bulk, I reckon.
And I got like 3 kids, so you know.
Right.
It seemed like a great thing to bring home from Blade.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
Good call.
Michael, what did you have as your backup for $25?
For $25, I went with a WR Kronk full integral piece. It's a little bit over $25.
Just borrow it from Shade.
But yeah,
There you go. He's got
Shade
deep pockets. He's got deep pockets, that kid.
Yeah.
No, my backup was actually Burnley too. It was his little fixed blade, the leaf point. I think it was called the Achi.
The Akari.
It wasn't the Akari. It's the one that doesn't swoop up. It kind of is more of a straight down. It's called the Achi or Achi.
Turn it over.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 designs, one is they're the exact same. One's ground from the one side, the one's ground from the other side.
It's not the erect version.
Cool knives.
Erect version.
Dude. Don't even swing at it.
Oh, boy. Erect, swing at it. You guys are...
Bunch of kids.
Yes.
But $25, shit, man. I'll take a cord wrap like that any day.
Yeah,
Is it the
cool.
Achi, ACHI? I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it's the Achi, one of those.
Achi, okay.
The Itchy.
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 The Burnley Itchy.
Very cool. Yeah, it's got like a little acid etched blade looking thing going, cord wrapped. That's a neat piece.
Yeah, very cool.
Tom, did you have a backup at the 25 zone?
I did, actually. And in fact, I actually ordered a couple of these, but...
I'm making my surprise face right now.
I mean, it's $25, man.
It's $25.
Yeah. So we've talked about some guilty pleasures, but I like cold steel folders. The big ones are pretty awesome. And for an everyday carry, I like a slightly larger folder. And for $25, most of them were smaller. So I was spinning through the Blade HQ cold steel stuff, and they've got a new knife called the Pro Light. It's got the triad lock. It's FRN handle. They've got a couple different blade shapes, and my son Zach is super into knives, and he likes playing with the cold steel stuff too. And this is a knife with a 3.5-inch blade. It's 41/16, which is similar like the 420 HC, and it was $24.95.
Nice.
So I actually ordered 2 different blade shapes with that. But yeah, there's so many knives that are like under that $25 mark right now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
It is crazy.
Like I said, I ordered another one. It's from China. I forget the brand. AB, I don't know. Anyways, I'd never heard of it before, but looked great. $25. D2 blade. I ordered that too, so I'll play with that.
Do you just search for D2? Is that what you just put in your search engine? D2.
No,
It's in the filter. Must have D2.
I put in folding knives, and then I used the Lesson 100, or I think that I was even less than that. But I was just searching that price point, and that showed up. So I was like, D2. Who likes D2? Oh yeah, I do.
This guy.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a video game. There's like a little magical sound that happens in the background when Tom sees D2 pop up on the screen. Shwing.
Great steel.
I don't even know how they're able to do some of that stuff. The pure volume you have to be able to do to make money off those, a $25 knife, it's got to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, because like the wholesale's half of that, And yeah, you start thinking about it. It's like, man, they made that in China and shipped it over here and made money.
Yeah.
Right. There's lots of little around the house electronic stuff that I've ordered over the years from some random website in China somewhere. And it's always, it's like $3.27 shipped from China.
How?
It's like, how is that even possible?
I have no idea, man.
For $3 shipped? I don't think I could ship something to China for $3. There's no way.
Dude, I can't ship something to Gentry for $3 and I live here. Seriously. I mean, it's like $3 if you ship it first class.
Economy of scale, man.
Yeah, it's still crazy.
It's a crazy thing.
A big ass scale.
So when we were doing these, we kind of had to pick them ahead of time and make a list so that we didn't overlap with one another. And Sean, in classic Sean Kendrick form, remained an international man of mystery.
He didn't turn into.
So I know Sean must have like 5 backup picks.
It's called not turning in your homework.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my homework done in spades. Don't you worry about me, Cool Breeze.
Pump the brakes over there in Missouri.
I did extra homework. I did extra.
You just
I did it for you, and you don't fucking appreciate it.
I just like my new moniker, Cool Breeze.
You like that?
Before the show, Michael was the first one to complain about Sean blowing the budget.
Mm-hmm.
But now, no, he's fine now that he gets called Cool Breeze.
I like it, unless it's some sort of bad word. I'm trying to think of the bad connotations of that.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with being a Cool Breeze, man. Everybody likes that.
I cool, but I blow.
What's your backup pick, man?
I took the Mora Knives Companion in Mill Green.
Nice.
And that's $15. So I saved $10.
I offset my overage.
Oh, you could put that towards your first one.
But man, it's standard Mora quality, high carbon steel blade, 4 inches long, rubber handle with green butt cap and quasi not a guard kind of thing. And man, it's just a hell of a lot of knife for $15.
Nice. There's several Moras that are really good knives. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
$35 and less zone. You get a hell of a deal.
Man, they're all just real simple, high quality pieces. There ain't a shit ton of bells and whistles. You get a good quality carbon steel. You get a usable injection molded and, comfortable handle, and you get a serviceable sheath. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's $25. That's the thing to remember in that zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get something that's functional and even remotely cool for $25, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. And a little secret out there. I know we like our super steels and stuff nowadays, but properly heat treated carbon steel works well.
Yeah, no doubt.
It worked well for a long damn time.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the Mora Eldris, the little neck knife? They're under $25 too.
No, I didn't.
They're pretty cool. I've got 3 or 4 of those.
What was the name of it?
It's called the Eldris. It's their first neck knife.
Huh.
It actually comes with a little fire steel and everything.
Ooh, that is a neat little knife, ain't it?
Yeah, they're cool.
Man, I've never been to Gentry, but I got to get down there because it must be like, you guys seen that kids movie WALL-E with the giant mountains of stuff? That must be what Tom's life is like. I think I'm a pack rat. If you went in my little office room at home, it's like, it's kind of messy in there, dude. You got a lot of stuff. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. I should probably take care of that. I can only imagine Tom's mount blade, wherever it is.
It's all over.
That he's got hundreds, maybe thousands, Tom?
Nah, not thousands, but I've got a bunch.
Well, now that I think about it, maybe thousands.
Well, it's fun. I mean, it's like and it's funny because I like it's not that I like only the expensive stuff. I mean, I have a beer budget and I have champagne taste and all this stuff, but like it's just fun. Like this week, I ordered a couple Opinels. I ordered 3 or 4 Opinels to play with, just grinding away on them and stuff. Another great knife in the $25 under.
I almost went with one of those, but I thought one of you guys would go with it.
Yeah. No, me too.
I ordered 3 of them today. I ordered the 10 and the 12 and the 8, I think, or 9. But yeah, I'm modifying them just for fun.
We should probably keep notes on how much this show costs us in buying knives.
I don't know. I'd be buying them anyway, so it's all good.
I kind of wonder if Tom secretly doesn't know how to sharpen, so he just buys a new knife when one goes dull.
Come on, man. Really?
We all know your shit's sharp as hell.
That's hurtful. That's hurtful.
I've been carrying the same 3 knives for like several months now. I've even sharpened them a couple times.
Tom's knives are sharp as fuck. That's the
I
thing.
know. I stabbed myself with one.
Jack Turner special.
I was going to
That
say, was it
shitty
that
Jack
kitchen
Turner's-
knife?
It was.
Damn.
Do not try to shotgun a beer with a Tom Crine knife.
Oh, see, that's where the story falls apart. Everybody knows you are not shotgunning a beer.
Yeah, I wasn't.
It's a good
not at
story,
all.
though.
I was a lot younger.
That was younger Michael Birch that did that.
Yeah, that was 3 fucking weeks ago.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. What's next?
All right. Next price range is $100. So $100 is not bad. There's a lot of stuff for $25 out there, but there's a ton of stuff for $100 out there.
I think this was the hardest price point to hit.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think Michael was thinking that the 300 would be the hardest.
No,
didn't
the
you?
100 is the one I was like, I don't know.
The
Yeah.
100? Yeah.
It's a weird.
There's so much good stuff, and it's like, it's weird, at least for me. It was like, there's a lot of cool stuff at 65, and then it was like 110.
I thought 150 was where it really started. You're like, okay, you kind of hit that 150 price point.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
Super interesting.
It opens up big time.
So what'd you do for 100?
Michael, where are you at? $100.
Spyderco Delica. I think you need to get them different versions from 75 and down and stuff. But I think that's just a solid ass, really sharp, handy knife to have. It's built well. They made tons of those things, and I think they're up to like the Delica 4 now.
Yeah, I think so.
And you get them in a couple different blade steels, and they're good steels. They're solid knives. You're not going to go wrong with it, and it's a good gateway knife too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, it's one of the knives I recommend to non-knife people when they ask me for a pocket knife.
Mm-hmm.
See, I would go Endura. Same basic price.
Yeah, I think you can go that,
Yeah.
or you can go with the what is it, the Mannix? With the compression lock. For maybe $20 more. There's quite a few of those around the same price range that you're just not going to go wrong with.
Yeah, they're solid, right? They're just like real deal, affordable, relatively affordable. Some people listen to the show, non-knife people listen to the show, and you go, "You spent $100 on a freaking pocket knife?"
Yeah.
I think
I very nearly went with the Spyderco Endura Fort Emerson.
another one.
Yeah,
I love that knife.
But I dare say it's almost a classic. It's been around for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
My wife has one in her purse. It's been there for almost 20 years. It's got the molded in clip. It's a blue one.
Oh, kick ass.
Yeah,
That's
that is
cool.
an old one.
I'm still looking for, what was the name? I can't remember the name of it. It had the Creighton inserts. My parents got it for me when I graduated from boot camp.
Was it a clip it?
No, it wasn't a clip it. It was a steel handle, but it had the kind of rubber Creighton type of inlay.
Oh,
What blade
was
shape?
that?
It was sort of a kind of swoopy type. It wasn't a very pointy blade. It's obviously been discontinued and stuff like that. But I still look on eBay trying to find one because
Was it the Worker?
no, had kind of a funky name. But I will find one and I will get one again. I'll find a used one out there.
Let's see. Boom.
Oh, Pro Ventinator.
Found a few of them.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I found a few of them on eBay and stuff, but none of them had the name.
Yeah, buddy. I'm going to have to get myself one of those.
Those are cool.
Oh, I remember that one.
Uh-huh.
That's a good looking knife too.
It's lost.
They did a civilian with that same insert.
Oh, I got to get the same one. That was it's lost on a couch somewhere, I'm sure, or stuck to a seat belt or something. But that one broke my heart when it disappeared.
So this came up in my group. Do you guys cut the bottom out of your sofa when you get rid of it?
Out of my what?
The bottom out of your what?
Sofa.
Oh,
What?
Really?
Dude. Yeah, so if I get rid of a sofa, I like cut the bottom out to see what's in there, man. I found a Thompson Center with a scope Thompson Center in one of them once. Yeah, I did. I'd set it on the couch, I guess, and it fell down between there.
The couch.
Seriously.
How many sofas do you buy a week?
Oh, I've been cohabitating for 25 plus years, you know?
I didn't know if we came across another kind of collection that we didn't know about.
2 or 3
Just
a week,
seems like
like everybody else. What the hell?
I'm just advice. I mean, you probably threw your Spyderco in the trash.
Cut the bottom out of a sofa.
Yeah, because all the stuff falls down in the back, right?
That's very interesting, Tom.
Find enough change to get you out of a couple jams.
Right.
It makes sense. It's just not a phrase I don't think I ever thought I'd hear in my life.
It makes sense. It's just fucking weird. You found a gun in a sofa? Dude.
There's a couple knives and about 6 Lego guys too.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it came up in a group in my Facebook group. Somebody did it and found a knife they'd lost for a while because they were getting rid of their sofa. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that.
All right. So, over time, we're going to develop what each of our bar story is. So, as Tom pointed out, mine obviously is the whole I was on TNN competition shooting stuff. But Tom's has to be I found a fucking gun in my sofa.
Well, a Contender's not small either.
No. I found enough armament of some form or another to free a small nation in distress in my sofa that I was about to throw out.
Pretty fun stuff.
That's awesome. Sean, have you ever found a gun in your sofa?
It wasn't lost. I knew it was there.
Too funny. Okay, so my $100 pick was the GEC number 81 Bull Moose.
Great choice.
4-inch close, slippy, 1095 clip point, spear point, nickel silver bolsters. Very, very cool knife for $100.
I own one in natural micarta.
That's exactly the one I picked, Sean.
It is a hell of a knife. Brass liners on it for accents. It is a lot of knife for the money.
Dude, Great Eastern Cutlery makes such a great product. I know there's some people that are on knife groups that find stuff to nitpick them, but I mean, really, it's pretty fantastic stuff.
Dude, if you're nitpicking the Great Eastern stuff, seriously, you are one nitpicky asshole because they make a nice knife.
Yeah, sometimes they let stuff slip through a little bit, but still, even then, it's still a great value. I mean,
and I haven't seen a bad one, and our local shop carries their full line.
I don't get worked up about scratches on knives I'm going to use, so you know what I'm saying. But
oh well, man, that comes with soft metals and delicate finishes. That shit happens.
Yeah.
Where do you guys get yours from?
Well, I mean, I'm a dealer, so I can order them direct. When new stuff comes out, if they send me an email and I can order them. But I order a lot of stuff through what was Derek Bond's company?
Knife Ship Free.
Knife Ship Free. I ordered a ton from there. I mean, I don't know, for a while I was regrinding those things like crazy, and I was buying a bunch.
I still don't have one of those, and I've got to remedy that.
If only you had a friend who is a dealer.
Yeah, but do I want to support him?
He seems
sketchy.
He seems a little sketchy. Yeah.
Sketchy.
He loses guns.
Yeah, the fucking Thompson Contender with a scope.
I misplaced it.
Temporarily lost.
It was on the sofa in my couch, and it just, fell back in there. I didn't.
Yeah, man. One night I was just hanging out watching TV, playing with my water buffalo, shooting Thompson Contender gun with the scope on top, and it just disappeared. That's all.
I don't.
It happens.
I can't fathom the disappearing act of that damn gun. Because, folks, if you don't know what he's talking about, Google those things. They're not small.
It's a big gun. I know.
And a decent sized couch, right?
Yeah, it just slides back through there, man. You put something on it, and it's gone. Whatever, man. I got a TV out there. You stick some snap caps in. It's a great way to practice.
I like to pretend I'm Elvis and do that same thing.
Yes.
You got that Pee Wee Herman couch. Just comes alive and eats your shit.
Come on, man. We all know stuff falls into couches.
There are space-time wormholes in couches. This is known.
I'm going to leave the uncomfortable pause that came about right after you said, hey, do you guys cut the bottom out of your couches, man?
Oh, yeah, you got to. That's ambience.
Come on. Okay, go ahead.
It'd be like, what? What did you just say?
Well, now, I'll put it this way. It made me pause, and it takes a little bit of weird shit to make me be like, what the fuck was that?
It was good advice, man. I'm just saying.
I thought at first...
You'll do it next time.
Oh, I shall.
Well, yeah. In 10 years, when I get a new couch, I'll be sure to cut it out, and I'm sure I'll find 28 cents and change.
Well,
I will not find a Thompson Center.
Just saying, man. It's a good idea.
I did find a Buffalo Jack in OD green linen micarta. That's a sexy ass knife.
Yeah, they look good, right?
Nice.
That might be my one. So hook it up, Mr. Dealer Man.
Well, I mean, they do sprint runs, so unless they're making them, I can't get them, because they sell out.
All right.
You know what I need, Tom, is a beer scout.
I probably got one.
Knife Ship Free has one.
Those somehow are like super popular, right?
Yeah.
I look around, they're like all over the place. People, I don't know, the GEC stuff is, I think it's at such a price point. And like you said, they're sort of like a limited drop thing.
Yeah, small
collectible
runs. Yeah, for sure. And it's like there's places where you sign up to get drops. So they get X number of knives and you sign up months ahead of that.
That's crazy.
It looks like Knife Ships Free is going to get my business, not Couches Eats Guns.
That's good. They're a good company. I highly recommend them.
Let him know you don't need his fucking business.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Whose turn is it next? Sorry about the weird ass tangent we went on.
Couch8mygunbroker.com. Go register that right now before this goes live.
Yeah.
All right. Tom, where are you at on a $100 knife?
$100 knife. I also first choice went with the Spyderco. I grabbed the Native 5 lightweight. I looked at the Delica and Endura. I was weighing in on the Endura side. I actually like a bigger knife than the Native, and the Mannix is my favorite. But under $100, it was like BD1, which isn't a super exciting steel to me, and it was the lightweight. For about $30 more, you get some interesting steels and G10. But so for $100, I went with the Spyderco Native 5 lightweight. It's got an S30V blade. It's a good size, and it's a full flat grind. They cut great. I've had a bunch of them, and it's a solid knife.
Yeah, I like that blade shape. It's nice and wide.
Yeah, it cuts great with that full flat grind. It's hard to go wrong with the Spyderco too. It's funny because in this price point, there's a ton of great stuff from like Wee and Reich and Ricky and all these new Chinese companies and Kaiser, and I've bought stuff from these guys. But for me, great stuff, but it's weird because it's like I've dealt with Spyderco. I've carried Spydercos. I've got one in my pocket right now, and it was just like an easy go-to for me.
What is Ricky?
It's another one of the Chinese companies.
RIKE?
No, I think it's spelled different. But yeah, there's a bunch of new. I think that's one of them. Civivi's like the inexpensive Wee knives now, and
right.
Yeah, one of those was doing a little bit of borrowing, weren't they?
Oh yeah, probably
a little bit of design.
But the quality they're pumping out is amazing.
A little bit of tracing.
You get some China D2.
You gotta be careful about who you're supporting. And I'm not saying some of those there's some great knives coming out and some guys doing great work, but yeah, you gotta be careful.
I think most of those are not I think most of the stuff they're doing, they're working with people now. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of wee knives that are, doing their own stuff, and one of them got in trouble. It wasn't. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
And by trouble, I mean public opinion type thing.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I don't follow it super. Yeah, that was the other thing that was very eye opening for me for this was, I started looking around. I thought this was going to be relatively easy, and I was like, holy crap, there's so much. And the quality seems really good. It's like, wow, this is the golden age of, production knives and collecting and all that. It's amazing the quality and the choice, the selection. It's mind blowing almost.
Yep.
As a buyer, it's awesome. As a maker, it's a bit scary.
Yeah. I mean, as a buyer, it's almost overwhelming though. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, really, really good stuff.
Some very cool pieces from, some of these production companies that were, would have been high-end customs, a couple years ago, as far as, and it's just crazy.
Well, yeah,
the level of quality coming out of some of these factories is just amazing.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see a $500 Chinese knife, that was like tempting, I mean,
when they're using all the modern materials too, the Damasteels and the Mokatais and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Just
things have changed a lot in the last few years. And like I said, it's the golden age of production knives, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that, a few years ago, I think Spyderco was kind of like the sort of the ultimate gateway brand with their whole sprint run thing. And right, they had even like this Native 5, right? It's like, there's a version for under $100, and then there's a million other, millions overstated, but there's a whole bunch of other versions, right? Like there's a laminated steel version, CPM 154 with an S90V core. That's crazy, right? There's a carbon handles for $200.
CPM 110V. I mean, it's crazy to think, but when I started out, back in like 1996, it was crazy because the big thing was like the Gerber Gator and it wasn't CPM 154, it was 154 CM. It was like, I can remember people talking about, holy cow, how are they able to make it with this blade being so hard,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was like mind blowing for a factory knife. And now they're using 110V.
Yeah.
And it's $123.
Totally crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, that's right. So that's where the whole, the playing field changed a bunch, right? Because you went from situation where, okay, there's a bunch of Spyderco sprint run stuff. For me anyway, that was the affordable but cool kind of knife nerd kind of knives, right? Because I could buy a paramilitary and a bunch of steels, or you could buy a Mannix and a bunch of steels.
And you could have a collection.
Yeah. And it was like an affordable collection with really, really cool shit in there, and like undeniably cool. And now the bandwidth is so wide that it's kind of dizzying.
I think Spyderco is pretty genius on what you said, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Mule, the Spyderco Mule.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that was genius. I mean, here they've got something you could buy for $50 to $70, and it was like hardcore steels, no handle. You put your own handle on or wrap some cord on it or whatever.
Right.
Really, really good ideas from Spyderco. Great company. Glad to support them. So that's my pick.
Sean, where are you at on a $100 knife?
For my $100 knife, I chose the Boker Plus Mini Vanquish. And yep, for your $93, that's the cheapest I could find it for. You get a titanium liner, 440C blade, stainless bolsters, a G10 handle, and Jeremy Marsh design, which is to say beautiful.
I did not know that was under $100.
It is where I found it. And I'm just
it probably isn't, Birch.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys can fact check me all you want.
Come on now.
I'm just playing. $83.59 on Amazon.
Oh shit!
$10
I'm gonna have to
cheaper
get
than
one of
I found
those.
it. Hell yeah!
One minor offense, and suddenly Sean's guilty of everything.
Man, that's a story of my life.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of it and then send it to Jeremy for a refurb.
There you go. Now we're talking. So that is liner lock, tie bolster. Is it tie bolster?
The one I'm
Probably
looking at is
steel.
stainless.
Stainless bolster,
But
carbon
titanium liners, anodized titanium liners.
Nice.
Huh.
Yeah, good choice.
Man, it's a really nice interpretation of the handmade. I mean, they did a good job of copying it.
Yeah, they can end up doing some pretty crazy stuff. When they first started doing some of these collabs, one of the first ones they showed me was the Anzo, and it had a hand rub button. And I was all like, "What's going on here?" It was just, I thought it was like the the one he sent in. It was like, no, it's hand rub. I'm like, shit, and that was my first like scare.
Right.
Some of the production stuff. That's a good looking. Yeah, I'll definitely get some royalty money heading his way with this one.
Dude, the quality that's coming out right now is pretty crazy. I was out to eat with a company, and they handed me one of Richard Rogers' knives that he had sent them for a prototype, and I was looking at it, and I was like, "This is really cool," and I was like, "This is awesome, Richard," and he's like, "Well, that's not the one I made." I was like, "What?" I'm not kidding. It was crazy. They're stepping it up, man. They have to.
Yeah.
No, yeah, right. With all the stuff that's out there at these kind of price points, it's got to be crazy, right?
I think we all sort of win. The customers get a better knife, and
he said with trepidation in his voice.
Well, I think a little bit of stress on us is good for us. It's good for the custom community. It makes us stretch our legs and open our eyes and make better products. We have to, or we're going to go away. So it's good for everybody.
Agree. Yeah.
Still scary.
Very cool pick, Sean.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice choice.
That Vanquish pattern is it's a pretty knife, right? I mean, it's very, very nice. It's great design.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
All right, so we're in the backup pick zone. My backup, I picked the Protex Sprint Auto. I have one of their little Newport. I think I talked about it on one of the earlier episodes that I was playing with it during the show, but the Newport Protec, I love that little knife, and they have a little 2-inch version called the Sprint. I think they're just fun, man.
Is that one of the California legal ones?
Probably, except I think it has a pretty short handle too. So some of the California legal stuff has a full-size handle with a little stubby blade, but...
Oh, yeah, that is cute.
Come on, Tom.
What, man? It's cool. Okay, sorry, it's cute, man, but...
It's cool.
That's awesome.
It's
How
rad.
about that?
Oh,
Super manly.
That looks really mean.
What was it called?
You can even get it in blue.
Oh, God.
No, you can't. That adds like $20. Never mind.
Oh, budget buster. The Protex Sprint, Birch.
Yeah, it's $99.95.
S35VN
Yeah,
auto.
That's a good pick.
If it's like that little Protec, that thing fires like a beast, man. That's a cool little knife. 5-inch overall, 3-inch long handle. It carries like a slip joint.
Yeah.
Huh.
Super cute.
Super cute. Damn.
Sorry. It's cool, man. I'm not.
All right. What's your pick, Tom? Your backup pick for $100?
So, my main pick was a folder. My backup pick, I had two that I was switching between. I wanted a fixed blade, and it's crazy. I was looking at Cold Steel. I wanted a Trailmaster, but too expensive.
Don't say it.
But anyway, so yeah, I went with I didn't go with the Cold Steel. I went with the Buck 120.
There you go.
It's pretty cool. So Buck started doing some. I think this is a smart thing they're doing. Also, they're doing like sprint runs with different steels, and you can get the Buck 120 General, which is they're one of their bigger kind of traditional fixed blades with like it's got a diamond wood handle, which is pretty nice. But it's 5160 steel. So yeah, right. They did several sprint runs, and they've done them in D2 and 5160 and different stuff. And I've got some of the D2 ones.
course.
I've got a couple
Obviously.
5161s, and dude, I figured a buck 120 with 5160 and a Paul Boss heat treat. How could you beat that? It's 95 bucks.
That's like my favorite chopper steel right there, 5160 when it's done right. That's a hell of a good steel.
It's a great steel. I almost went with the K-bar, but I didn't.
I'm looking at a picture. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12-inch overall. That's a big-ass knife, man, for 99 bucks.
Right? 95.
Mm-hmm.
And with the steel upgrade, it's pretty awesome. It's got nickel silver fittings, and that pack of wood handle looks pretty good. So I'd rock that.
So help me with Diamond Wood with a Y. Is it like named after a 90s rock lead singer kind of thing, or like
trademark plywood?
Yeah, man. It's like pack of wood with 2 Ks.
Yeah, the K-bar wouldn't have been a bad choice either. I mean, it's $10.95. I carried one of those for a long time when I was in college and stuff. That was my Woods knife.
My cousin had one of those. I had the buck not buck 110. I had the buck special, and he had the K-bar.
Yeah, they're both great knives.
Oh yeah.
Birch, what did you pick as your backup $100 knife?
I thought Tom was going to say it. The Cold Steel SRK.
Nice.
It's a great knife.
The old school one.
Yeah.
It looks like now they're doing sort of the San Mai stuff. I want the old school kind of. Yeah, man, that was a good fucking knife. You know,
I looked at that long and hard, man. Almost chose it.
Didn't have enough pack of wood for you.
Pack of wood's pretty, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
those things are hardcore. You can't tear them up, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It's just it's just a good solid knife. You know, it's gonna treat you well. I mean, yeah, we kind of, I guess, like to think we outgrew some of these brands, but they're just good, solid knives.
I've still got a Trailmaster and Magnum Hunter, all that stuff.
I still got the Recon Tanto, the Trailmaster, and I got a Kukri somewhere.
Dude, I was on Blade HQ looking around, and you can get that Laredo Bowie for like $150.
Dang.
No shit.
It was outside my budget, but man, is it sexy, dude.
You remember their Big Bear version they did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, that when they came out with the cheaper version, I almost bought that a couple times when I was younger.
Oh, don't say Big Bear.
Well,
that's what it was.
Don't go there.
You need one for your collection.
No.
Round it out.
Put it right.
Yeah, that Laredo Bowie is 10.5 inches of 01 for $160, and it's got a Cocobolo. Well, it's probably pack of wood too handle. Sorry.
Yeah,
looks good. It says it's a composite handle.
It's a composite of Cocobolo and pack of wood.
Sawdust and glue. Yep.
Right.
No, that'd be a good pick right there. Always thought that was kind of neat when they came out with that.
I think it's interesting and kind of cool. They don't. It's not like there's some kind of show sponsor or something, but Blade HQ is sort of like, I think we all probably went there during our prep for this episode, right?
Oh,
I went there, GP Knives, and DLT Trading.
There you go. Yeah,
those were the three that I hit pretty hard.
I did Blade HQ and Knife Center primarily.
Knife Center, there you go.
Then I hit some custom places just to see how stuff was still these days. I also realized, Intrac, man, is still doing stuff and still has good ass prices.
Yeah, still kicking ass at a good price point. Yeah.
But it was funny just searching back and forth, like Blade HQ and Grand Prairie Knives, GP Knives. One would be a little cheaper on one, and I could get it in the budget. One at the other place, they're within a few dollars, but one place would be cheaper than the other on different stuff. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of those things that sometimes we overlook if we're not careful, is the idea that some of these big retailers, whether it was the old days of a printed catalog that would come in the mail or nowadays where it's a website, these places that carry like Smoky Mountain, right? Or someplace like that, where there's hundreds or thousands of knives in their inventory, and you want to go find something or research something or see what's out there or whatever. There's a lot of value in that I think is easily overlooked.
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of part of the industry. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Sean, what was your backup $100 pick?
All right. I'm going to give my primary, but I want to give an honorable mention to the Boker Plus Lateralis designed by J.B. Stout for the same reasons as the Marsh Vanquish. Just a super faithful reproduction of the handmade, done well at a good price point. But my primary pick would be the Case carbon fiber trapper. I like the trapper pattern. I like modern materials on traditional knives. And for less than $100, I like that knife a lot.
Time out. You can't have two primary picks, bro.
No, I can't, never could.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Well, I said one was an honorable mention, and it was a toss-up.
You already said the Marsh.
Oh, jeez.
Do you not remember the Marsh?
No, I don't. My short term's off. Ask my friends why.
Golly. All right, we'll give you 3, I guess.
Son of a bitch.
I said his picks were mysterious.
And
Tom.
you can get a Gerber Mark II for about $100 also.
Well, just saying.
Those are good picks, though. I'm looking.
Sean,
up
what was the
JB
case?
Right.
It's just a Case trapper in carbon fiber. Really simple, clean little trapper. You got your spay blade, you got your clip blade, and it's done in nice carbon fiber. What's not to like?
Right.
I didn't know they were doing this Lateralis. It looks really close to the JB Stout stuff.
Yeah, it's a very faithful reproduction, and in D2.
D2 blade. Yeah, I like that.
I found a case trapper that had Dad written on it for $100. I almost wrote that down, but I didn't know we went to tertiary picks.
You're right.
For my 8th pick.
Man, I'm just throwing my reality out there. You guys can knock it back to me if you want.
The episode's only 2 hours now, Birch. Come on.
Okay. I'm going to make a shirt that says DU and send it to Tom.
Sean, I never saw this knife before. I appreciate you bringing that. I love shadow pattern knife. I've probably had 7 or 8 custom shadow carbon fiber knives. I just love that look. It's so clean and cool.
Yeah. Man, it's a blend of modern and traditional. And what's not to like about that?
Yeah, it's very cool.
What steel is it? Just curious.
Man, I'm guessing. I think it's their standard stainless steel.
That's what not to like about it.
Yeah.
But cool knife.
I mean, but what are you going to do with that knife? I mean,
well, hopefully cut something, but
you can cut stuff with mild steel that's, sharpened well. So I think their K stuff works just fine.
Have you ever had one?
Yeah, man.
Now, dude, all I've ever downhill in the 70s.
All I've done with them is open boxes and shit like that. Cut twine or whatever the hell.
I'm sure I'm going to get hate mail, but yeah, I hate their stainless steel.
I won't. No, I'm not the biggest fan either.
Tom has been on the record on Mark of the Maker as saying he's no knife nerd or he's no steel snob.
I'm not, as long as it's decent.
I'm saying
in the 70s they switched to a stainless steel, and the whole reason they did it was because they could polish it well. They didn't care how it cut. That's the whole
part
reason.
Of it was easier to stamp also, and they could stamp the
probably
blades
so.
Easier.
I mean, it's the freaking 2018. We've got some technology. We can put half-ass decent steel. I mean, come on.
All right, boys. Write Case off the potential sponsors list.
No way. They just need to come to me, and I'll talk to them, man. I'll get them squared away. I'll get them in the modern age. You hear me, Case? You want to work? We'll work.
Yeah.
No, just go back 50 years with 1095.
Oh, boy.
Sorry. I love Case knives and the Tony Bose stuff where they're putting good steel in them. I've got one right here on the side of
the business.
Take that all day long.
Now, man, the Bose knives they are something else. I remember the first time I saw one and was like, wow. I mean, the backspacer looks like all the backspacers together looks one piece. I was like, that is a really good piece of production cutlery.
Yeah. And did you not hear that
they're legit?
I said they wrote "Dad" on a handle. Yeah, that's skills, Tom. Dad.
They put my name on a handle.
Yeah,
I retract everything I just said. Sorry, case is awesome.
I am preparing. I have it in my head. I have the plan. I'm preparing the Tom Crine knife selection flowchart, and I'm going to post it in the Mark of the Maker Facebook group.
This is going to be awesome.
Question 1: is it D2? That's the first decision block.
I haven't picked a single knife with D2 so far.
You did.
What?
Can't wait for the 2019 Tom Crine apology tour.
I have not picked a D2 knife so far in my primary or secondary choices.
I will go back and count, but I'm pretty sure that's the 12th or 13th time you said D2 already in this episode.
So far.
But it wasn't my choices.
That means it's going to be his third one.
No, the only third one I had was a K-bar.
If I could spend $6 more to get some decent D2 instead of whatever shitty steel they had on that knife, I would have picked.
I don't believe that I said that.
All right. So, Tom, what is your $300 pick with the D2?
Well, I didn't pick D2 on any of my knives.
Oh, okay.
For $300, I would place an order with Liam Hoffman for one of his Hawksbill axes. They're pretty awesome.
That's cool. Pretty good choice right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're $300 right on the nose. I don't know if you're familiar with the Hawksbill. It's like his small double bitted one. So it's like a 13-inch handle, and it's like a 20-ounce head, and one head side of the head is forged much thinner, and so you can do more delicate stuff, and the other side is more axy. So yeah, really cool. I like Liam's stuff a lot. I actually had one of these come up. He messaged me and life happened and I forgot, and I contacted him 2 weeks later. And I was like, dude, I totally forgot. And he had to sell it already. So next batch, he just basically moved me down the list. So next batch, I'm getting one of these. Really, really awesome stuff. If you don't know who Liam Hoffman is, you should check it out. It's his website is like hoffmanblacksmithing.com.
Yeah, hoffmanblacksmithing.com. That's a very cool. So I was just going to say that's a very cool hatchet, but is it a hatchet?
It is.
Or an axe?
No, it's a hatchet. And his stuff is awesome. I mean, if you go down his thing, I've got the camp axe, I've got the saddle axe, I've got two of the carbers, I've got a fireman on order, I've got a trapper. Big fan of his stuff.
I assume due to their size and weight, they form part of the base of Mount Blade at Crine Compound.
Yeah, I mean, like the camp axe I gave to my son for graduation. I've got another one that I don't even see on his page anymore. He used to make a large double bit camp axe. I've got one of those in my Subaru, and my son has his camp axe in his. Yeah, I love his stuff, man. I've got probably 10 or 15 of his hammers, including, I don't know if you guys remember that awesome hammer he made for Blade like 5 years ago, all Damascus.
Oh yeah, maybe I saw a picture.
Dude, it's
Did
awesome.
You buy one, Tom?
Yeah, well, I bought the one.
The one. Okay, maybe you showed it to me. I remember seeing something.
Yeah, I posted in his group, if this doesn't sell at Blade, somebody's missing out. And if it's still there on Sunday, I'm buying it. And it was there, and I bought it, and it's awesome.
There's something to be said about
and it's out in the shop.
Something about Damascus hammers that I really like. The drapers used to do them on occasion, make like the small ball peens and stuff. And there's something just really beautiful about it.
Dude, this is like a 3 or 4 pound hammer. It's big.
Nice.
Yeah, I like his stuff a lot.
Yeah,
super talented guy, and he's young and he's just kicking ass all over the place.
Hell yeah, he does the Instagram game well. He's got I think he just does it very well, and not only does he do like the marketing well, he makes a good product. So It's a win-win.
Right.
When he's making something that really no one else does. And I went out and spent a week with him, and he just got a new shop that's like something like 6,000 square feet. It's crazy. But before, when I went out there, his shop, my shop's 700 square feet, or, what I've used for years and years. His was like crazy small, like literally like I could reach from side to side and hit the benches, and he's cranking out, volume out of this stuff. It's crazy. Super, super huge props to him. Love what he's doing.
Cool.
So the Hawksbill, Tom, there's different edge geometry on the two sides. Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Yep. So one, and this goes back to like the original Nest Monk. Nest Monk basically had, the little Nest Monk style knife that we see now, but he also had a double bitted small axe that he had made with the geometry different on both sides, and then a folder. And that was, his 3 that he could do anything with. And yeah, this is very, very traditional and very true to kind of the Nest Monk history.
So as a non-bushcrafty kind of guy, the idea of 2 geometries is one's like for heavy work, like splitting kind of stuff, and the other one's for fine work?
Yeah, 100%. That's it.
Very cool.
They're super cool. I can't wait to get one.
Nice. And what do they cost?
It's $300 on the nose.
Really?
Yeah, shit.
It's one of the more expensive ones a little bit because it's a double bit. I mean, if you get like if I didn't have that much money to spend, I would get the Trapper hatchet, which I have, and for $250, that is a workhorse. Because I mean, for camping, you can use the hammer pull to put tent stakes in or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. I take that one hiking or camping all the time.
So Tom, he forges the heads and he handles them.
Yeah, and
he does both parts.
Yeah, he buys like hickory and ash, like huge boards. And if you haven't watched a video of him using a draw knife, so he's found it much faster to use a draw knife than a grinder. So he actually fits the handles to the head with a draw knife.
Very cool.
You should watch that video because somebody that runs a hammer all the time, Liam he's built like a bulldog. His arms are like Popeyes, right? And he's wailing on that draw knife, and it's pulling shavings off like crazy.
So Tom, you hung out with him. Did he come at this from the blacksmith angle, or I know some guys come at this thing from the rehandling side, like where they'll find old, really good.
No, so he started from the making the heads.
Yeah, very cool.
Self-taught. Really, nobody was teaching this or doing this at the time, and he it's pretty crazy. His story is really awesome. He's pretty much self-taught, and he started when he was in high school, and his high school teachers gave him a lot of crap because he's a pretty intelligent guy, but this is what he wanted to do. They were all trying to push him to college, which is what guidance teachers do. They don't actually know anything else. And they told him he was going to be a failure if he did this. And I think he's making 2 or 3 times what his guidance teacher was making, probably. So
nice.
Yeah, he's check him out.
Great, Tom. Thanks. Another thing I need to go freaking buy.
Dude, they're awesome.
They are cool. I'm getting one of those Hawksbills. That's badass.
I'm going to get a t-shirt that says "A Great Enabler."
You should. All right, Michael Birch, what is your $300 pick?
Well, this one's going to have a little bit of an asterisk by it because you can't get it anymore.
Here we go.
Well, but it's super cool. A 7-inch Midtech Raven. It was like at $299 back in the day. I think I got it like in 2002. The wife got it for me. What
was it?
The 7-inch Midtech Raven.
Oh, yeah.
Still have that thing. Love that damn knife. And
love.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what steel is yours? S30V?
Yeah, S30V. And it's sort of the early versions of S30V that were real, real damn hard.
Yeah.
It's like they almost.
We made some of those in Talonite too, right?
Yeah. I don't know if any of the Midtechs were done in Talonite though. But back then, and my wife Abby buying it for me. I think she was my girlfriend then.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of money to spend on that. His knives drew me in pretty hard to some of the cool fixed blades. I love
his stuff. I've got a few still.
So, Michael, for people that aren't familiar with that knife, describe what it is, how big it is, stuff like that.
I bet it has about a 6-inch blade or so, about 3/16 thick. It had the gunner grips on it, the small divots into it, which was pretty damn grippy. I used to take it hunting with me, and I didn't need a knife that big, but I took it everywhere hunting. And
some of them were too grippy.
Yeah,
his were good, but some of those gunner grips were. I had them on a 1911.
Oh, I bet that would bite a little bit.
Yeah,
but for a knife, they worked great. It's just a kind of a bead blasted. But the design was there. It was a sort of more of a combat knife than anything else.
Yeah, it's got guards and stuff, right?
Oh yeah. And I remember I think it was like Blade Forums or somewhere. I did the whole, how is this different? I asked him, how is this different than the custom? He was like, machine grinds it better than I will. I was like, cool.
He was such a good dude. I can still remember that Thanksgiving when he passed away. It was a horrible, horrible time.
It was.
It shocked the whole community. It broke stuff up. It really remember
did.
The Badlands?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Different, smaller community then, and it was really like the first tragedy that that happened while I was part of the community, and it. I don't know.
When it wasn't like it was like an old guy that passed away or something. He was right in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really hitting his stride, if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
Such cool designs. Really were.
Was there a, I know he was a Talonite kind of guy. Was there a Talonite custom version of that same knife?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it made a cover of blade.
Very cool.
I think you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
What's the one with the ring? The Crowfoot or what the heck?
Oh,
I've got a Bitterroot.
Picuno? No. Or was it the Picuno?
I can't remember. I've got one.
I've got the small. Remember Round Eye Knife and Tool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, love those.
I've got one of those in the. What was that one called? The version they did, the smaller, with the Conceal X sheath.
Damn, I've got one with like black and blue G10.
Oh, nice.
And it's got a ring or something. I can't remember what it was called though.
For some reason, Picuno is sticking in my head, and I don't know why. That may not be it at all.
Wasn't the Bitterroot a little knife?
The Bitterroot was the
Raven
knife.
I think it's Urban Raven.
Ah.
That's what Google says.
Yeah, I've got a couple of the Bitterroot.
Sorry, Crowfoot. It's Crowfoot.
And what did the recap make? That was what was that called? Yeah, that was the Picuno. That's the one the recap made. That's a cool little knife.
That Round Eye Knife and Tool made some cool stuff. That crazy, what was the biggest, that big folder they made with like 6 finger grooves?
Was it the folding version of the Hobbit, the Warrior?
That's what I was about to say.
No, wasn't that.
Because that was a big folding knife too.
Yeah, it wasn't the Warrior. It was the Sifu.
Taking us down memory lane here.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Good stuff.
It's like flashback time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the big recurve dude. Yeah, that was a big damn knife.
Those were so cool. I had one of those. I wish I still had it. I've still got a few Round Eye Knife and Tools somewhere. Probably under the axes.
Right. Buried in the pile. Cool pick, Birch, even though it was kind of cheating.
It sort of is, because you ain't finding one nowadays.
Cheating.
Sort of cheating.
they're just not out there, right? I mean, that stuff shows up every once in a while, but it's kind of a rarity anymore.
But I bought mine, or she bought mine for under $300. So we're no asterisks.
Just go back to looking down your nose at me. Go for it.
Hell yeah. Cheater, Peter Eater.
Good God. Dude,
there you have it.
There we go.
I am so sorry.
I stand chastised in front of my peers, it would seem.
Yes.
Brought back some 6th grade for you.
Shit, last week, not 6th grade.
Yeah.
Birch's close personal affiliation with Dick is just baffling at times. I mean, like, it's amazing.
A good dick joke is a hell of a thing.
It's a hell of a thing. I agree with that.
Crosses cultures and brings people together.
Oh, too funny. All right, my $300 pick is the collaboration thing with Doug Marcaida and Jason Knight and their
folder.
Jason Knight Kukri.
Oh, that thing is so sexy.
No, man, the fixed blade. I love that thing.
The big one?
Yeah, we did that. We did that Ethnic Knives episode, and immediately I got to scheming on how am I going to get a Jason Knight Kukri. And I don't know, pretty hard to come by. So that might be my only option, but $300 on the nose. Mkultra Kukri, they call it. And it won Best Collab Award at Blade Show. Black coated blade, very badass. I dislike the black coated blade, if only because it makes it hard to see that big monster fuller in there, but it is a very cool piece.
They do a cool folder too. It's MK whatever.
Yeah, the MK Ultra.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Good choice, Mark.
The folder does that where the folder it does too much of a curve at the end there, and then that's just a pure aesthetic thing for me. But it just kind of drops real fast.
Yeah, it does have a lot of downsweep, but
I think that's part of just how the grind hits it, and it's a straight.
Yeah,
probably a straight folder.
I'd still like to have one.
Yeah, for my money, I'm buying that big old blade. That thing is awesome.
Heck yeah, it's good. Awesome. And they're in stock.
So, for now, Tom.
You could get that right now.
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You know what else you can still get? Mineral Mountain Hatchet Works.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah.
Still cranking them out.
They're in my backyard.
That is
in fact, this weekend we're going to Devil's Den, and that's where they live.
Ted Frizzle, was that his name?
Frizzell.
Man,
yep.
That Ozark
Ted and Barry.
Ozark Brush Hog or something. I always wanted that son of a bitch. And I actually looked the other day to be like, I wonder if they got anything under $300. And they did. They had some stuff.
Yeah, they're still making stuff.
Old school cool.
Those dudes got kicked out of the Tulsa Gun and Knife show over there.
For being too badass?
Yeah.
Dude, they got a little crazy at times. They took their knives and started chopping up the table to show people, and I think they chopped one of the metal legs off of it, and they kicked them out.
I heard they like to party.
Right.
Do. Those guys are kind of crazy.
I just want one more now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
AG and Goldie sold a lot of their knives over the years.
My friend, our friend of me, not quite friend of the show, I don't know, was heavily influenced by him. I think he used to work for him or did his website for him. Oh shit, I just forgot his name.
Close friend.
Yeah, damn it.
Are we talking about John?
Yeah, John Gonzalez. You know,
okay.
That shit, because I feel like a total ass for that.
Oh, funny.
Do not edit that.
I don't know why.
Leave that in.
But yeah, Gonzalez. I think he used to do his website for him, and then he may have learned some stuff from him. I'm not quite 100% sure.
Well, I know he and Ted are friends for a fact. I don't know how it came about, but I know that they're buddies. Okay. Or at least they were.
I just bought some Gerbers off of eBay, and it was him selling them, little Gerber pixies.
Ted?
The kitchen knives. Yeah.
Wow.
I hadn't talked to him in a long time.
All right. So Sean, what's your pick in the $300 zone?
Man, I chose the Microtech Socom Elite Tanto.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cool.
It brings us in a little under budget, and you get a hell of a lot of very cool knife.
Yeah.
Good choice.
All right, man. I mean, the design's been around for almost 20 years now.
No, at least.
Yeah, so
At least, because I worked at Dozier's. I quit in 98, and I had one back then. So
yeah, I mean, the first quote unquote
The Socom.
expensive pocket knife I bought was a Socom DA,
Yeah.
and paid $300 for it.
very cool.
Still got that knife. too.
Microtech builds some awesome stuff, dude.
Oh, if I had a little more scratch to play with, I would get one of the Monroe designed out the fronts. I love the stuff they're doing with Derek's designs.
Oh, yeah. The show specials they do are pretty awesome.
Yes, they are.
My kids have 2 or 3 of those.
They're pretty crazy, right? I mean, you get a pretty cool knife for short money.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome. They're well worth standing in line for a few minutes.
Yeah, and if you don't, they're gone.
Yeah, if you don't get in line, they're gone. Mark, what'd you choose?
I picked that Kukri. That was my
Oh yeah, sorry.
that was my primary. Would you like my secondary
Yeah.
pick, Tom?
What's your secondary?
My secondary pick is the Boy Basic 3 in BDC, and they were $300 at Blade Show. Or at least they were really, really close to $300. They're cheaper than on the website. I should have bought one when we were standing there. I should have done 2 things, Tom.
Yeah,
I should have bought the book and had him sign it.
I wish I would have
Because
known
David
he was
at
there.
the show.
Man, that makes me angry.
And I should have bought one of those Basic 3s.
I've got one of his folders in my hand right now. Cobalt.
Nice.
I wish I still had mine. Bought that fucker for $45 off of USN.
Wow.
Yeah. It's such a cool little knife. But I don't remember selling it, but I can't find it.
Check your couch.
I'm going to cut my couch open.
Abby's going to come home. What the heck?
Take your Liam Hoffman axe and hack out the bottom of your couch.
Yeah, man, that's such a cool knife. Good pick, man. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And that's the thing. There's so much out there. Like, this was a fun homework.
Right.
What the rest of you guys go secondary?
I don't know if I'd call looking at knife sites homework.
What was? I mean,
Fun work. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. What was your backup pick at 300, Birch?
Well, see, here we go now. What I wanted to do, I kind of, truthfully, I wanted to pick one of Tom's, but I didn't want to be too ancestral, podcast ancestral with her,
I almost did
patting
the
ourselves
same
on the
thing.
back. But you can get one of your bushcrafts, right, for under 300. Isn't that right? Or
Yeah, 285,
yeah. And what's your TK1 go for?
265.
Shit, yeah. But I couldn't see it. It'd be cool if you would have a price list because I couldn't really look these things up.
We've talked about that all the time about the website needing to get some work, and we're going to work on that. But it's like so many things need done right now. It's crazy.
No, what's like a basic,
for under $300.
what's Mini Chef go for? Because I love that one right there.
285.
Shit, yeah. Or there you go, guys. That's my secondary pick, the Mini Chef for
I can
$285
make it in D2 for you.
with Damasteel and Mammoth for $285.
Yeah, right there.
Wait till he orders it and then send him another Jack Turner special.
Yeah, I like Jack Turner's. That is a cool little knife right there.
The little kitchen knives we're doing are like 245.
Anything's a kitchen knife. You just use it in the kitchen.
Yeah, there you go.
That is my onion cutting, garlic cutting, vegetables. It does everything.
That's awesome.
What about you, Sean? What was your backup pick at $300?
Okay, for $315 you can get a Spyderco.
Now, here we go again.
Hey, no,
Jeez.
hey, at least it's the backup pick, all right? You can get a Spyderco carry magnitude for $315, and I love the way Spyderco interprets Pete's designs. I love Pete's designs, so that's all good in my book. It's a great looking knife, and it's a hell of a lot of knife in a production package.
Yeah.
I mean, did we really expect Sean to follow the rules?
No, we did not.
Yeah. But it's pretty close.
That was close. It was close to following a rule.
Close enough for government work.
Pete's stuff is so clean, and I agree. Spyderco did a really nice job with those.
Spyderco knocks them out. Yeah.
What else we got?
That's awesome.
Are we missing? Did you?
Well, I didn't do my second pick.
What?
I haven't.
Yeah. What's your secondary, man?
So I figure at $300, you can get some pretty good custom stuff in that ballpark, and I chose Fiddleback Forge's Kephart on DLT Trading. They've got one in natural canvas in A2 for $300 on the nose, and I almost bought that at Blade. I went back to buy it, and it was gone. So maybe next year at Blade I'll get that. So it looks like a really, really useful knife, and it's custom. I like Andy's work, and so yeah, $300 all day long.
And which model was that again?
It's the Kephart. So if you go to DLT Trading, you can click on Shop by Brand, and it's like, I don't know, halfway down the page on the left.
I got it. Oh, dude, yeah, that's a nice little knife. That's a good, straightforward using knife.
Yeah, nothing fancy, but everything you need. A2 is a great steel, hard to beat for this kind of purpose. I use it all the time in my bushcraft stuff, and I think this would do everything I want it to do.
He showed up to one of the gatherings, I think like the second or third or something.
Yeah.
And just kind of took off. His knives really took off. But they look real clean.
Yeah, he's
kind of stuck with fixed blades ever since.
Yeah, he's a really solid dude. I like Andy and his stuff. He's knocking it out of the park.
Kick ass.
Has a very distinctive thumbprint. His knives do with the lanyard hole, the way he does it. I don't know. It's probably been 10 years ago at Blade. He had a company down in Central America or South America do a bunch of machetes to his custom design. And no, I don't think it was Condor. It was actually one of the places that makes machetes.
Huh.
He had the blades made, and then he sharpened them and put handles on them. And I've got a couple of those that I had a local guy do sheath work for, and they're awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And there's a Midtech version of that Kephart for like $225 on their website.
Yeah. So DLT sells those two. What are they? It's something with a C. Cumming Blade Works.
Huh.
And for $100 you can get one of those. But yeah, I think the Kephart is a little bit more, $150.
Well, very interesting discussion topic. Like we talked about earlier, there's a ton of stuff. I mean, there's a ton of stuff at $25, but as soon as you start going up, it gets a little crazy, right? I mean, and if you sort by price, if you pull up a website like Blade HQ or GP Knives or one of those places, and you sort by price, and you start picking price ranges, there's thousands of knives in there.
Yeah, that 300 price range was amazing. How many were in there? And a lot of them I'd never handled, so I can't really be like, oh, I like that, so I didn't really know. These aren't like the best. We're just saying these are, ones that interest us or we like, or, and that's very subjective.
Yeah, I agree. And like Mark said, most of us tried to really stick to the budget. but I mean, a little bit more or less, a little bit more money can oftentimes buy you a lot. And like Mark said, the forums, there's so many good deals on the forums, and there's stuff you won't, old school stuff when it comes up. Some of it's undervalued, and yeah, you can get a lot of cool stuff in the forums and Facebook groups.
Oh yeah.
It's a great way to make your money go a little further.
My backup pick at $300 was a used Inkosi, Chris Reeve, right?
Yeah.
A fantastic folder, right? I mean, kind of like a benchmark piece. $300, you can get one of those for secondhand.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look around, you can find, there's, you look at like some of the knife shows, some of the old school kind of dealers tables, you'll find some of the big names from back in the day, some of their folders for $600 or less. It's kind of crazy. You know, obviously not like the high end engraved or stuff like that, but these more guild type of folders, but they're just really cool knives from old school makers that you can still find out there for good prices. So it's another avenue, you know, for cheap money.
You know, there's a strong contingent of the whole use your shit kind of mentality out there, which I get. And man, like you said, if you went crawling on some of those dealer tables, there's a bunch of knives that may not be in some kind of, you know, fashionable favor today, but for the money, fantastic pieces, right?
That's usually where I go crawling.
And part of the fun is the search, you know, I mean, it really is.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a fun ass episode right here.
Yeah.
You guys got anything more you want to add on this, this topic about, I don't know, I think we're going to call it 3 knives on a budget.
Yeah. If you guys want to, if the listeners want to play, they can post their stuff up in the Facebook group.
Yeah. I'd be curious to see what some folks pick because of just the amount of crap out there that's available.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Don't pick the crap.
Oh yeah. Don't pick poop.
But yeah, it's amazing.
Well, there's a ton of stuff, and one thing's for sure, right? I think Michael mentioned something about this maybe when we were getting ready to start. As much as you might think you're kind of on top of what's going on, chances are there's a bunch of stuff out there that you never even heard of before.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, please do. If you're in the Facebook group or you follow us on Instagram, hit us with your picks in that 2,500 and 300 zone, and we'd be very interested to hear them. I think Tom needs to build on it. Crying Blade Mountain doesn't rest. It needs food.
I can't wait to get everything on display.
And your guys' picks better be on the money or they'll delete your post.
Exactly. 301, you're out.
You're out.
I think we've already set that standard. That's not true.
All right. Well, so I don't know, it's been a while since we recorded an episode. You guys come across anything cool or see anything cool or buy anything cool or anything else since we recorded a few weeks ago?
How about you, Tom? What'd you get? Anything cool in?
Yeah, I got a Randall Astro in. That's really about it. But that's pretty cool.
That's
real cool.
It's a Randall Astro. Ain't no thing.
Yeah.
It's from 1967. Other than that, it's no big deal.
Yeah, no, it's a new one. But yeah, I've wanted one for a while since we did the Randall episode, and I was able to score one. And
where'd you find it, Tom?
I did a little trade with Mike Radford.
Nice.
So yeah, little trade and some cash.
A little trade-a-rooney.
Yeah. So
well done.
That's other than that, nothing major. Just CNC tooling. Crap like that.
What about you, Birch? Did you find or see or come across anything cool in the last couple weeks?
Well, I got one of McGinnis's kitchen knives coming.
Those look great. Very cool design.
Should have been here today, but I saw the old postman, since I work from home, not come to my door, not come to the other door, but leave one of those little notices. Yeah. Like, you dick. Not that I had anything to cut, but still, waiting on knives is a long wait.
You had? He left you in the lurch.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I saw some, I think I sent this to you.
Does he not know to come to your shop?
It must have been a different guy, because the other guy just, even when I'm not here, he walks in and just leaves it at the front door.
Yeah.
Or inside the door.
You know what they call that, Michael? Disrespect.
Yeah. I wanted to call the post office and be like, this lazy son of a bitch.
Hell yeah. You go take your respect back.
That's right.
Could you be more specific? Just kidding. If you work for the U.S. Postal, I was just over the plate. I just swung
Postal Carriers Union, we're your friends. We're not your enemies, in spite of what Tom just said.
I love the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's kind of surprising how much stuff gets to their place for as much stuff is sent, especially to Tom's house. And but no, I was looking around Instagram and I follow a bunch of machining shit and stuff like that. And I think I sent this to you. There's a real cool, I don't know if it was a wire EDM piece or if it was a sinker, but it was, the name sunk, into the plate, but then after I saw that, I saw another one that was like jigsaw pieces, that moved around. And then I kept seeing that like other knife people were spreading that kind of jigsaw thing around quite a bit. It was just kind of neat to see, it's a process that's been used in knife making for quite a while. The wire EDM sort of stuff. And it's pretty badass to see it, and that's how a lot of stuff got used in some of these art knives. The inlays and stuff was done by a wire, EDM.
Zipper.
Yeah, the zipper and a lot of these cool pivots, that are real intricate, we're done with those things.
Right.
So it's just kind of neat.
Technology.
It's awesome. It'd be great if someone had one that we could use, but it's just so slow and man, the tolerance.
I don't know that it's all that slow, really.
Yeah, it's pretty slow from what Kane's told me. He's been working with both types at school, and he's like, yeah, you just stand there and hope the wire don't break.
Yeah, but you can stack it up 10 inches high.
Yeah, you can make it real tall. And I think the wire isn't too bad because it cuts ahead of the wire. It does the electronic discharge.
You're supposed to not touch it, but they do break.
Oh, I'm sure so. But it's just interesting to see that kind of get passed around a little bit in the,
I think that technology is getting more affordable.
Someone in our community may be getting one, and I'm really hoping they do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be pretty badass. Imagine having your lot cuts by it. Woo.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean? Did you see or come across or get anything cool in the last few weeks?
Nah, not really. I just been working. I ordered a shit ton of grinding belts today, and I've just been plugging along.
You must be feeling rich.
What'd you get?
I gave somebody at 3M tuition payment for their kid, I guess.
You're right.
Have you tried any of those VSMs?
The what?
I haven't.
The VSMs?
What's that?
It's a belt that's a lot cheaper.
It's a ceramic.
Yeah. I've got some 60s, and they're not bad at all. For the price, I kind of like them.
BSM? Where are you getting them? Let me get my pencil handy.
I think I got them from, True
Grit?
Yeah, True Grit.
Man, I went the other way. I've been using the 707 3Ms, 60 grits forever, and I started using the Cubitron 2s. Mm-hmm. They're like $2 or $3 more, but man, they're good belts.
Now, which QB is it? Is it one of the gold ones or one of the orangey brownie ones?
It's orangey brown, purpley almost.
Yes, that's like brownie. What is it? A 948?
The Cubitron 2. Yeah, I think so. Those things are wicked good.
Yeah, they are. I've been running the 120s in that, and that's the only 120 I use too. Now.
I use the other one.
I use some 707s.
I set the plunges on the
bevel grind,
plunges.
Period. Yeah.
Well, those 120, dude, as long as you don't have, so I grind on the 120s, the Cubitron 2s, and I use the 707 or no, I don't know which one, the 3M J Flex 120.
Yeah, that would be the 707E.
Red ones.
Yeah, 707E. Mm-hmm. But the Cubitron 2s, they grind forever. And when they're done grinding blades, you can shape handles with them. You grind around the spines. They last forever.
They do. I was sold on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They kind of blew my mind. So I've been ordering a lot of those lately. It's like they never wear out.
Cut to the cloth.
Good old belt talk.
Yep.
So I noticed on Instagram that Zach Buchanan is working on a Big Bear. And
I saw that.
So did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I guess it's his 10-year knife making anniversary knife. And boy, does it look like it's going to be cool.
Yeah, he's been doing a whip thread, or not a whip thread, but sort of shit. You know what I mean?
A series of pictures about it. Yeah. So I sent him a note and said, what are you going to do with that thing when you're done? So I think he's trying to figure out exactly what he's going to do with it, but I have to keep my eye on that situation because that'd be super, super cool.
And if there's any other knife makers out there that want to sell a knife, you can make a big bear for Mark.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, I just Googled Zach Buchanan Big Bear. Man, he's made a bunch of cool ones.
Yes.
He's a little bit skillful.
Yeah, no joke. Wow.
Indeed he is. Yeah. So
He's a good dude too. Seems to be, as far as I know. I've talked to him a few times.
yeah. So we'll see. That would be pretty cool. I got to see if I can.
That collection is gonna grow.
He's gonna be broed up here in about 20 minutes.
Well, maybe.
Get a couple liquors in you, you'd be like, "Hey, Zach, it's your buddy Mark."
Come on, man. Right. No, it's cool. I think it's neat that he's making this knife to kind of commemorate time frame for himself. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's neat. I look forward to seeing how it comes out. He makes some awful nice Loveless style stuff. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Kick-ass, guys. This was a fun episode.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so if you want to sponsor the show with a Big Bear, or Jason Knight, if you want to sponsor the show with a Kukri, I'm all ears, man. I'm willing to listen.
You got to make 4 though. That's the tough part.
Yeah, that's true. You can make those later though.
Hey, have you seen Zach's baby bear?
Yes.
Dude, that's so cool.
Come on, Tom.
Sorry.
He just went dazed, confused Matthew McConaughey on us.
They're really cute. See, Mark's gonna go buy one.
There it is.
No,
There
they're
is.
really cool. I think that'd be even harder than our big bear. Honestly.
Yeah. Why is that?
Man, you start getting smaller. Sometimes it gets harder.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Those long ass Big Bear grinds all the way out there, and the curve to the tip. Man, it's a lot to keep straight.
Dude, the baby bear looks the same, except it looks like he's grinding it on like a 4-inch wheel or something. I mean, it's all, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
It's super cool.
Eh.
Damn it, Tom.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
Sexy
just so you know.
stuff. I'll take that blame. My shoulders are big.
Yeah. I don't need a baby bear. Well, no, maybe I do. I got a regular big bear and a bigger bear.
Right?
Maybe a baby bear.
You need a mama bear too.
The whole damn family.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Interesting episode. Hopefully people find it interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
I think they'll like it. It was fun. It was fun for us anyways.
But if you don't, just lie to us and tell us you did. You know,
Yeah, 5-star reviews.
5 stars. You can cheat and go 5.5.
5.5.
Sean Kendrick style.
Hell yeah.
Right. All right. Well, I think that's about it. I don't know show-wise what's coming up. Jersey show's about a month out, right?
Yeah, New York Custom Knife Show is the 15th. And airfare is really cheap right now.
You know, I've been tracking airfare. It's not that cheap from Detroit. It's been cheaper in the past. So I don't know what's going on, but
Normally for me, it's about a $700 flight, and I got one for $250.
See, $250 is what it normally is out of Detroit, but I got to fly at absurd times a day to get that kind of number right now. So
Yeah.
I got to keep watching it.
That's me flying to Atlanta and then flying from Atlanta to there.
Yeah.
And Ben is wanting to come, my son, and he's thinking about driving down to Atlanta, and it's cost him more to fly from Atlanta to New York. How does that make sense?
Airfare never makes sense.
Dude, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
not logical.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening and joining us in the conversation. And please, again, as the guy said earlier, be sure to post up your picks for $2,500 and $300 in the Facebook group. It'd be a fun conversation on Instagram or wherever you feel like. And we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank y'all.
To learn more about our makers, you can find Tom Crine on the web at crineknives.net, in his Facebook group, Crine Knives, or in his Instagram account at Crine Knives. For Michael Birch, check birchtreeblades.com, Facebook group Birch Tree Blade Works, or Michael's Instagram at birchtreeblades. For myself and the Raygun Bead Project, we're on the web at raygundivision.com. We have a Facebook group called Raygun Division, or my personal Instagram at msteiner. For those interested in photos, references from the show, or some discussion about the show itself, you can find us on the web at markofthemaker.com, in a Facebook group called Mark of the Maker, or on our Instagram at Mark of the Maker. Last but not least, the ultra cool and haunting background music we use for the show is a piece called Noir Guitar by Stevie's Amp Shack, found at the Free Music Archive and licensed under Creative Commons CC BY 4.0. Thanks for listening.